Dre told me not to trust you niggas. Your energy off, you finicky, I rush you niggas.
Before the game dropped his long-awaited The Documentary 2, working with the likes of Drake, Snoop Dogg, Kanye, Dr. Dre, and more. Before him and 50 Cent would have an epic fallout that would go on and on, before he got a tattoo of a butterfly on his face, which he later covered up with the LA Dodgers logo and a red star. The Game grew up in Compton. Following in his family's footsteps, he got involved in gang culture and was a member of the Bloods. That was until he got shot and was left in a coma. He had tried to get his life together. He even attended college and he was a basketball player, but got kicked off the team and out of school when they found him dealing drugs. He then turned to music and was mentored by Dr. Dre and 50 Cent. My name is Michael McCrudden, documenting the life of the Game prior to fame, here for you on Before They're Famous. As always, I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below who I should document next, and I'm going to get to absolutely everybody. Except for that one person who keeps asking for John Lennon. John Lennon isn't a priority. Not yet anyway. The Game was born Jayceon Terrell Taylor on November 27, 1979 in Los Angeles, California. His parents were heavily involved in gang culture, his father a member of the Nutty Block Crip, and his mother a Hoover Crippolette. His family life was dysfunctional to say the very least. He recalls his parents preparing for a drive-by when he was in his youth. His father was addicted to heroin, both his parents were frequent users of cocaine, and at one point he stated his father molested his sister. At the age of 7, young Taylor was put into foster care. At the age of 13, his older brother Jayon was shot. At 15, he was removed from the foster care system and returned to live with his mother Lynette, who was no longer with his father. Taylor attended Compton High School, the same school his idol Eazy-E previously attended. Gang culture was common within the walls of this school with a strong number of Crip members, but Taylor was on the outside and had affiliations to the Bloods through his half-brother Big Phase 100. Outside all of this, Taylor excelled in athletics. He began playing point guard on the basketball team. His nickname at the time was Stretch because he was really tall for his age. His work on the court even earned him a scholarship to Washington State University, but he was soon kicked off the team and out of school for dealing marijuana. From there, he returned home and signed up full-time with the Cedar Block Piru Bloods, and he would begin selling drugs. That was until one night in 2001 when 3 men knocked on his door and put 5 bullets in his body. After waking up from a 3-day coma, he decided he was going to put drug dealing and gang culture behind him and start focusing on rap. He began studying rap like one studies for academics. He picked up all the classic hip-hop albums, including Reasonable Doubt, The Chronic, and Illmatic. He paid close attention to all the elements that made these albums timeless. His stage name, he got that one from his grandmother. She was a huge fan of the 1997 classic The Game. After The Game fully recovered, he released his first mixtape, You Know What It Is Volume 1 in 2002, and landed a record deal with Get Low Records. In 2003, he would be signed to Dr. Dre's Aftermath Entertainment, and they thought it would be a good idea to match him up with 50 Cent and G-Unit. You can actually see him dancing in the club. Now, it would take 2.5 years before he would release his own album, but he was already well established in the hip-hop game. He was rubbing shoulders with the likes of Ludacris and Kanye West. He was even modeling for P. Diddy in some Sean John clothing. In 2005, he would drop The Documentary with hit single Hate It or Love It. This song would receive 2 Grammy nods, and the album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. Now, at this point in time, The Game had largely been considered the West Coast arm of 50 Cent's G-Unit, but this would all change soon after he dropped The Documentary, and G-Unit would announce that they were moving on without him, and The Game learned this while he was on a radio show. Yeah, in front of other people. That's a big blow. 50 felt he had not received proper credit for the 5 or 6 songs he had written on the album. The two would be for some time, and for a while it seemed like The Game had fallen out with everybody. But today it appears he's back in good company. And the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is Before They're Famous. My name is Michael McCrudden. Thanks for checking out my personal channel. I do all sorts of celebrity bios on here. I've done a whole lot of rappers, Meek Mill, Lil Wayne, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Be sure to subscribe, check it out. Also, let me know in the comments down below whose bio you want me to do next. There's all sorts of other stuff on here. I've done internet celebrities, I've done porn stars, I've done pop singers, I've done comedians, actors, all that good stuff, so be sure to browse around. I'll see you guys in another video.